All right. So, one of my favorite things to do is interview incredibly successful people in the network marketing profession and find out exactly how they did what they did to achieve the level of success that they have. And in today's interview, I've got an amazing, amazing couple, Jeff and Debi Beebe. And there are all sorts of great nuggets that you can learn from and apply into your direct selling business. So, let's get into the interview. Oh, there we go.
All
Yes.
right.
What's up, Facebook and people?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh my goodness. So so we're gonna have a little chit chat today with this is Jeff and Debi Beebe. What's up, you guys? Love you. What's going on?
Love you back.
Love you too, Todd. I love the relationship we've had for so many
It's
years.
coffee time.
Ooh, I got my 35 or no. Yeah, it's about 35-year-old Eddie Bauer coffee cup that'll have to go to therapy if I ever lose it. I'm serious, man. This is older than I think almost both of my kids combined. Not quite, but close.
We
Okay,
send
look,
we
look,
send
look.
you.
See this? This
Oh
is
yeah.
this is old too. It's from Make-A-Wish, and it's my
Wow.
favorite mug.
And you haven't broken a glass mug. This thing's been dropped, banged around,
Okay,
temporary lost.
let's not talk about those things.
We
That's
had like
No.
20 of them.
Okay,
We're
there you go.
donating to Make-A-Wish through the foundation of our company, so it's been a beautiful thing.
Right on, right on.
yeah.
All right, let me just do a quick proper introduction. So, what's up, y'all? Todd Falcone here, and as always, I love to bring people to the forefront who are amazingly successful in the direct selling and network marketing space. And we just have a chit chat, and dig and ask questions. We have no pre-planned questions. I don't ask weird questions like oddball questions that throw people off. I've been interviewed a bunch of times and they ask you this. I can't even think of a dumb question right now. So we just like talk about how they did what they did. So I'm going to, first of all, Jeff and Debi Beebe, they're with me today. We're doing this. We're streaming right now. So Jeff and Debi, how's it going? We already said that, but let's do it one more time.
Let's do it one more time. It's going great.
We're doing fantastic, a lot of big momentum in our organization, and we're just having fun right now. Even this morning, up to this morning, this morning started out fantastic for us.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I know you guys get after it. I want to go back. Let's back way up. So since a lot of people that are going to be watching this, they don't know your story, they don't know where you started. So let's go back a ways. So first of all, let's do this. How long have you been involved in network marketing, and what were you doing before you ever, let's just do this. How long have you been in network marketing, and how did you get introduced to it?
Okay, I'll let her go, but basically 13 years. But go ahead, Debbie. You start, and then I'll hit my part.
We're coming up on 13 years, our first company. And before that, I was in fitness and nutrition for 30 plus years with a celebrity clientele. I live in Southern California. And I got introduced because we're with a health and wellness company. I got introduced because I wasn't feeling good. I looked great on the outside. I taught martial arts. I taught boxing. I taught Taibo, for those of you that remember.
Oh, Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks.
Billy
Yeah.
Blanks, baby.
Yeah, I worked with Billy for years and years, traveled around, did all the videos. So I looked really great, but then I ended up very unwell. And so this came into our life.
Story, Tell it.
Tell it. Tell it.
Tell it. Okay. So, in fitness and nutrition, being a trainer and teaching nutrition, I know how to get ripped. I know how to stay healthy, or so I thought. But, with our foods being as bankrupt as they are and have been for a while, I wasn't getting the minerals and the vitamins that my body needed. And so what we found is I had a tumor on the tail of my pancreas. And they didn't know if it was malignant or benign, and they were going to have to go in and do surgery and cut the tail of the pancreas off and turn me diabetic and hope that it wasn't malignant, and then watch me over the years. And so I needed to get good nutrition in my body. And that's how I found this company and the products, because I just wanted to feel better. So
Did
that's a
did the company
little,
find you, or did you find the company? Like, how did that, was it, did you get prospect, or somebody said, you should try this, or how did that happen?
yeah, isn't that fun? Actually, that's where Jeff comes in.
Uh, I'll go ahead and hit on it. And I'll hit on that part, but I'll hit on that part first. But yeah, when she got diagnosed, I've been married to her since 17 years old. And we've been
That's
through a lot
awesome.
in life, we're soulmates, and I love her more and more every day. And when that happened, pancreatic cancer, those type of things take people out quick. So it just hit me hard. And no matter what, we were on a mission. And I just reached out to a person, met a person. Our first contact, I was in a grocery store at 11 at night. This is our first introductory to it. And I met a girl that she used to train with, and she was going through some medical issues of cancer herself. And I didn't even know that. I said, "Hey, girl, blah, blah, blah." And she told me what she was going through, and I teared up a little bit because she didn't know our story. And she told us, "Listen, you need to get this nutrition, isogenics in your body right now. This is the only thing that's getting me through chemo, all her stuff, getting something nutritionally value in our body. She needs it." Debbie didn't feel good. I told this lady, I said, "You're coming home with me right now. You're coming home with me right now."
11 o'clock at
Told her
night, bringing a
wait,
story.
strange woman home.
for all you ladies out there, I'm just going to say it. Nobody, when you're not feeling good and you're laying on the couch in pain and it's 11 o'clock at night and your hubby brings a person home with them.
So we signed up immediately, and
Boom.
and I signed her up immediately, and and then we sort of let it go a little bit afterwards, and then we reached out to another friend that she used to fitness model with and say, "Hey, give me the biggest pack you got. We need this nutrition again." And then there's the story of that part. And she went through surgery, fantastic. You get given gifts and saying, "Here, I religious or not, God gives us vehicles and we need to figure out what they are and jump on them." And it's nutrition. And she got real proactive in making sure she was fueling her body properly with every aspect of it, because it was real serious. She went through surgery great. She's been hospital free ever since. And she had a mission. Debbie, you
Let's,
raising your finger?
yeah, let's just make sure we don't treat
We
diet.
don't treat or diagnose anything.
There's
We're
that.
just good nutrition. We
We
want to be
must say that.
compliant with the company. We're VIPs with
Best
the
food,
company, so we want to
best
make
nutrition.
sure
Yeah.
we're compliant. But
And it
it,
was
it
not malignant. Okay.
yeah.
So it
So
ended up not being malignant. So let's make
yeah.
That's great news, obviously.
So we when she came out of this, well, let me back up onto my history so you can see where we are in the business side. Well, let me hit the other part. When she came out of this surgery, she drew a line in the sand. And I love this posture in people. I've been a professional businessman my whole life. I mean, really focus on my business, whatever it's in. And I'll hit on that. But when I see posture in somebody, commitment, I love it. Women, men,
Yeah.
kids, whatever it is. And she said, "Honey, I am not training anybody." And she had a big celebrity clientele because of the who she was. She did videos all over the world. She taught martial arts, and who she was. She had a big celebrity clientele. A lot of the movie industry people. That's the industry I came from, but just herself, who she was. And she drew a line in the sand. She goes, "I am not training anybody. I don't care who they are. I'm on salary with them or not, unless they're putting this nutrition in their body. That's my new rule."
I did do
I'm
that.
Wow.
like,
That's
"Wow,
good
honey."
posture right there.
I'm like, "Wow, you sure?" And then within a month or so, 2 months, I'm seeing these transformations happen that I know these people, and I'm like, "Oh my God, really? Really?" She kept telling me to take this stuff, drink it, eat the snacks. And I'm like, "Babe, eh." I was the husband. I know what I'm doing. A couple different black belts, martial art. I've been in shape my whole life, and I lost it when she got sick, stress blew me up 60 pounds. I mean,
Dude, I've seen your before picture, and like every time I see you in the gym, like you're like ripped, and I see that before picture with that cowboy hat on. I'm like, that ain't no, come on, man.
And you
dude,
I
know
mean, it's
what? Wait,
crazy.
can I just interject? We've always been in the gym. I mean, that was my profession. We've always been in the gym. And so that's the huge difference that people don't
yeah.
get is it's 80% nutrition, 20% working out. So that's a
So,
big deal.
so I saw that posture, and then I was overweight. I blew up, stress, and literally stress. I was flipping, I'm gonna say it like it is. I'd flip and cry to work sometime, think, man, this is what life dealt me. You know, at 52 years old, I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 in a couple months. This is what good nutrition does. And
Yeah, no doubt.
and so uh she came to me again and she says, "Babe, I'm doing this as a business. I'm going to reach the world with this product because so many people need what I have, and I don't want anybody to ever go through what I went through. And I want to be the vehicle for them. And I'm doing this." And I'm like, when I saw that posture, I was like, "All right, give me the box, honey. I'll be your poster child." And I took it serious, and I dropped 28 pounds my first month. I told her 60 in 4 months. I went from a 38-inch waist to a 31-inch waist, and I held this look today to today. We've been with the company 13 years, and then she took me to an event. And you know that network marketing, this direct sell, it's so important to be around the fire.
Oh
Stay
yeah.
close to the heat in any aspect of your life. You slip back out of here, it gets cold out here. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's investing out of network marketing, whatever it is, investing in stock market, anything, you need to be around the people that are doing it. And it motivates you. So she said, come to an event with me, please. And it was in Vegas. I was working nights. And I thought, you know what? I'll go. I'm tired. I'm going to lay by the pool, go to the gym. And I went in that room, felt that energy. And at first I thought everybody's weird. Honestly, I thought these people are
We are a
flipping.
little weird, man, but
These
in a
people
great
are on
way.
crack, man. And but first thing they started talking about when I walked in, I saw before and after picture. I mean, not before, real people. They just finished this segment of real people results. I'm like, wow, wow, this is flipping real, babe. This is phenomenal. And immediately they started talking about our compensation plan. And money intrigues me. You know, we've invested well our whole life since 17. We've owned real estate. We own real estate, and I it's based after insurance acquisitions, our compensation plan to unlimited depths. And there's no breakaways. You guys know that are listening, know the industry. If you do, you don't. It may not make sense to you, but there's no breakaways or anything like that. And and she stood up in that room as I'm soaking this in front of 20,000 people or a lot of people up on the big screen. She's crying, and I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? And she says, I've been married to this man forever. He supported us, kept a roof over her head, and I didn't marry him to work to die. I'm going to
Wow.
retire him within 2 years of his industry. And I just looked at her when she said that, and I said, I get it. This is a mathematical equation that's guaranteed to work, honey. I'm in.
Well,
And
the
so,
conviction in her voice, right? The drawing a line in the sand, the conviction.
oh, it
Uh,
was,
this is cool. Like hearing, I mean, I've known you guys for a long time, but even when I know people, I start to hear stuff. I'm like, I didn't know that.
right.
So let me just ask you a quick question. Given both of your backgrounds prior to network marketing, I got to assume that you knew what network marketing was prior to this company, right? Had you been
Nope.
presented an opportunity in the past, or but you never done a network marketing company?
No,
What was,
so years, like when I was a young bride, there was a company, and they had a face product that I liked, and I didn't know or understand network marketing. I didn't know what it was, And it was presented to me that I could do this as a side business. And I went to a meeting or two of somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that was making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I was like, young bride, young mom, working, like it was like, I'm just going to use this product. So that's all I knew of network marketing. And then when this came about, I really hadn't even thought about that. Like I didn't really know anything about network marketing at all.
Okay. So you had one, at least one touch point, but it was also more product focused and you never really pursued it. And then this one comes along. And even then it wasn't like it wasn't like, hey, you want to make some money? It was like, getting you healthy. And
Correct.
so
You
I
couldn't
find
have
a lot of
You're gonna love this part of this story, Todd, and
go for it.
everybody will, because it ties in with whatever was doing right here.
I don't
Uh,
know what to say.
Well, Jeff does.
no, it
Uh-oh.
again, I didn't even tell my background. I was in the film industry 36 to 40 years. In the film industry as a union guy, did extremely well in the film industry as a key, uh, and we owned an equipment company too. So we furnished the equipment that come with me and furnished the equipment to other companies or other keys that were utilizing our products, I mean, our equipment. And so literally when she says I didn't marry him to work to die, you can make a lot of money. We did well in the film industry, but there was zero time for me. I had to be, it wasn't a choice. I didn't have a choice. Film industry is demanding. And if you're a hard worker, you work. I mean, they hire you quick. And when you own your equipment, you even work more because producers know they can deal with you. Instead
Yeah.
of doing through a rental company, you're dealing with the owner and the deals are made. And if you're good, you're working. You can't buy a day off and you can't afford to take a day off because you could lose $200,000 accounts because
Wow.
there's sharks out there just trying to. So when she got in this, uh, first, this is a backup story. When she said she's going to do it as a business, before she said, you have to come to this event. This is what I said to her right off the get-go. I said, okay, babe. When she said, I'm not training a client at that point, not when she says she's going to reach the world. Uh, and, uh, and I'm like, honey, please just focus on yourself right now. Don't worry about your clients and just focus on yourself because we just went through that thing and I wouldn't even get on the product. And, I said, go, honey, do what you got to do. And I'm thinking, you're going to flip and lose clients saying that, and these are big clients. These aren't $75 an hour people. These are on salary at $250 an hour, whether you show up or not, type thing. And, so I said the first couple weeks, I asked her, I came home late because I left early and came home late, or I was gone for months at a time. And, I asked her, I said, babe, how much you make this week? Because she dropped a few clients. And she goes, she paused, she wouldn't hardly tell me. She said, I made $600, honey. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, babe. I said, that's our Starbucks bill a month. I
And
said,
for some people, they'd be like, oh my gosh, I made $600 this week.
and I'm like, please just focus on yourself. And then fast forward to the end of that story. I'm reaching the world, come to the event. I get it. I'm jumping in. But my kids for Christmas made us a big custom Starbucks sign. We don't have it. It was sitting right behind her, but she's
Was in
changed
my
it.
office, yeah.
And it lit. And it's a big,
Lit
I
up
gave it to us for
Starbucks.
Christmas. I'm like, what is this? What are we going to hang this? What is it? And she said, my kid said, Dad, aren't you glad mom didn't listen to you?
Oh, the,
And
the
so,
reminder, right?
and then the big switch for me the
Wait,
following
wait,
month.
wait. Part of that story, he looked at me, and Jeff is so nice. He's so loving. And so he didn't say this in a pissy way, but yet he did. It had a connotation to it. He was like, I'll pay you to quit.
Oh, yeah. I said, I'll pay you to
I'll
quit,
pay
please.
you to quit.
Wow. That's
Like,
kind of ballsy.
I'm like, I'm a little smarter than that. And we have the same bank account.
And then the following
No,
couple of weeks, Following couple weeks, same thing, same question. Okay, babe, look, give me the money, because what are you doing? What are you doing? And she said, I made $2,000.
Oh, a
And
little more
2,000,
interest.
that's exactly what I did. Oh, we had
Hmm.
rental property. That was, in my head, I went, whoa, that's one of our house payments. Really, honey? And that's when she said to me, I'm going to an event, go with me. And that's that other part of the story. And just to let you guys know out here that are listening, Todd's going to ask us a bunch of questions, but this profession, this is a true profession. We put our head down, and it's called network marketing. If you
Yeah.
work it as a business, it'll pay you as a business.
It's work.
You can be a vacationer and just get your products paid for or something like that. But we put our head down. And I'm not saying it to impress you, I'm saying to impress upon you guys, whoever's listening to this, whatever company you're with, make sure the compensation plan's right, make sure the product's right, but dig in and treat it as a business. We hit 7 figures within 3.5 years as a company, and it's no joke. Why, we both had full-time jobs, and it accumulative, but first year 50 something thousand, second year 170 something thousand, 500,000 the following year and above. And so that's when I got to retire. I promised her. She said, if we bypass the income a certain amount, tell me the amount. And mine was 500. I said, okay, we hit 500. That's a good enough. Not thinking that I thought it was gonna be forever. I thought it
Yeah. Oh,
was
yeah.
gonna be a little side thing. And within 2.5 years, that's what vision boards are for. She put it on a board
That's
in
what
front of her
mine's
Yeah.
desk.
for.
And
So by the way, Carla says hello. I know she's on here, and she was just over at
Hi,
my
Carla.
kids. She's like, hi, Carla. Um, she was over at my son's girlfriend's house a couple weeks ago, and she's, in fact, I was in her office yesterday, and she's got and her vision board is like, it's beautiful. Like my vision board is bad glue smacked up there, the magazine's curling off of it. I mean, I looked at that and, like, honestly, she should, there you go. Yeah. That's beautiful. Like, that's like Carla's is like perfectly, I should take a picture of it because
I'll
it's
send
so perfect.
I'll send you a picture.
Oh
You
yeah, please
you
do.
did first.
move that, babe. Move that picture for a second so you can see what's behind you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
All the trophies. There's some on the
Yeah.
top
And
also.
you'll
Yeah.
get a crack up
I
at
like
this one.
trophies. I
I
didn't have
even
trophies as a teenager. I didn't really compete in anything to get trophies.
Yeah.
So I like them now. I mean, I got some in martial arts, but I I like they're fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
we got a recognition from the company once, and I called them and said, "Is this good or bad? I don't know what this means."
Uh,
And it said, they messaged, "Hey, we recognize you at the most persistent award." And I went, "Most persistent? What am I, annoying?"
yeah.
What do you
You could
mean,
read
most
into that one,
persistent?
like
Are you
most
guys
persistent.
joking me right now? So,
True. It's true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have fun. But you know what? Again, and I want to reiterate, if you are in the network marketing profession, I do want to reiterate it is work. Doesn't happen overnight. It was a gradual, money build, if you will. And I think that's the one thing that we can all do better. It's not magic. It's not like that one magic pill that you're going to take and everything's all better. It's not like that. It's work. It's a business.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second because look, I've been in this space for 36 years. There's a lot of people that come into network marketing, including myself. I mean, the first 2 years I didn't really make anything. And it wasn't until I think year 4 that I had my first like 5-figure month. So, I'm sure there's people, look, I got a lot of leaders, company owners, a lot of people following me, but there's a lot of people that are like trying to figure it out. That's why, like, I love highlighting people that are successful and kind of hearing their story. Um, because here you guys are like 3.5 years, you made your first 7 figures. What did you do to do it? Okay, so you're getting healthy. You got him to an event, which, look, by the way, speaking of that, you guys, if you're doing a deal and your honey is not on board, get him to an event. And when you get him to an event, don't let him, like, Jeff is going to hang out at the pool. I'm sure he probably went to the pool, but like he went into the event. Because then they're actually gonna, can't tell you how many times I've been to an event. And there's like the husband, where's my husband at? Where's your husband at? Oh, he's out at the pool. Like, dude, bring him into the event. Let him like see it, feel it, experience it, so he can actually realize what the heck you're involved in and go, wow, this is actually pretty amazing. So, Jeff, for you personally, since you were kind of along for the ride, if you will, at that first event, what did that first event do for you?
Uh, it just made it locked in the belief. All I needed to see, and this is smart leadership. When we got to this event, I've always been a person that, like in the film industry, I've always been the negotiator. And my rate, my cruise rate, my money for my equipment. And when I saw that compensation plan, and then all of a sudden, I'm looking at who's in the front. I'm always saying, who's in the front? Who's making the most in any business? That's
Yeah.
where I want to listen. And all of a sudden I see a few people walking around in back, and I meet a few people, and all of a sudden those people that I met, that was a normal dude, normal woman, they're walking across stage making multi-millions of dollars. And I was just like, what the heck? And
Yeah.
so then when you get to that event, you see the facts, the results of their products, of their compensation plan. And and as far as I know, our company has made more multimillionaires in history than any other company. That, as far as I know, when you look at the results, where I think we're at 400 or 500 cumulative millionaires now in our company,
Yeah.
and it's result driven of your product. So people go, how is there so many? How do you guys do that? Because our product works. We're 85% product users. So it just locks in your belief. Get a spouse to an event, whether it's a husband or wife, ask them to join you so they can see what you're seeing. But the biggest thing you can do, if you don't have a spouse on board, you heard our story, babe, I'll pay you to quit. Show them, show them the money. When she made that 2,000 bucks, that was enough to catch my eye, because
Yeah.
we've lived a life with success, but when we got married, we didn't have nothing. We had a twin bed and a little apartment with a flipping cinder blocks with a piece of wood for a coffee table. We didn't have nothing. And I didn't hit, we almost lost both of them at a young age. You don't even know this, but I don't think. But we have two kids, started at 17, little jackrabbits, being pregnant, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and
I'm so glad this is out on
we
live.
This
and
is
I forget
unfiltered.
we're out. You know
This is
what, guys?
unfiltered. It's all right, Jackrabbit. Everybody does it. It's cool.
He,
That's how we populate the planet. So
hey,
it's
I
all
want you
good.
guys to realize right now, since he said this, I'm almost having a one-on-one conversation with Todd. And the stories that you're hearing, guys, nobody hears these stories. I don't share this deep, honestly, but now I've started it. But I almost lost my son and wife from a drunk driver. And
Oh
my son
wow.
was
I didn't know
4 months old. I got the hit bad a couple months before them. I was in the hospital on the fourth floor. She's in the hospital on the third floor. A drunk driver, I saw it, everything. I came back, a drunk driver hit them off the road, flipped the Jeep 7 times, paralyzing my son, almost losing both of them. My son's had more surgeries than he is old. We lived in hospitals. Uh, so you realize real important how life can be snatched away from you so quick.
that.
And
Yeah.
that's why I think we have such a passion on helping and serving people, because you realize, our health is crucial. And what we do is the building blocks of nutrition is helps your bodies heal and stuff like that. So I think that's a passion that we have. And to hit on success, how did we do it, Todd? Is, when I have me personally and Debbie too, we're driven because we've lived a life that, a lot of people, you don't know, I don't care. You think your problem's big, get in a room of 5 people, get 5 people and ask them, tell them their deep story. You'll realize even our problem, there's worse people. And so don't ever judge anybody. And so when I said I was in, and I make a commitment to somebody, and so does Debbie, I'm in the game. you know, and I'm backing up. I want to give you, Todd, a lot of credit because there's a beginning of our build, you know, beginning. We were all in, hey, it's these Super Saturday things, and we locked arms with a couple other leaders. Like I said, get to the front of the room. Who's making the millions? Hey, can we do this with you? And we got to meet Todd at an event. He spoke at our event, and he spoke about the industry. And I tried to recruit him. I was like, dude,
I know, I
I'm
remember that.
new. I'm like, yeah. And but
Tried to
it
recruit
was
everybody.
funny.
You're
And then
doing your job, man.
I realized this man's a coach. This guy's had success.
Yeah.
And we need to listen to this guy. And so I want to give you, you've been a big mentor in our life, in our build. So thank you for that. And a
My
lot of
pleasure.
people don't realize that. We have a lot of mentors that sit back to the side, and we've always watched and respected your opinion. You've even guided us on different things to do during our build. And
Yeah.
maybe knew it or not, but it's really impacted. So for me, when I told her at that event, when she stood up and said that story, I want to retire him. And I said, okay, girls, I'm in. What do you
Girls.
want from me?
Who run the world? Girls.
What do you want from me?
Absolutely.
And I said, I'm committed because I can see it's a mathematical equation that's guaranteed to work if we work this, just like the stock market, just like anything we do. And she goes 3 appointments a day. And I looked at her and I said, okay, I need them. I'll have them to you by 10 in the morning
Wow.
because I'm in the film industry. It's demanding. And so I had, and everybody, my results, I don't know if we share them or whatever, my results are pretty astounding. I mean, I was even shocked. And, but every in the film industry at first, they're looking at, hey, Beebe, you okay? Because they see this transformation. And then it's like, holy
Oh
crap.
yeah. Are you sick?
Yeah,
Are you
that's what they
sick?
first
That's when
started
somebody,
saying.
I was at the golf club in August and I'm like down 50 and I was down 30 at the time. My friend grabs my arm and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, like, yeah, what, do I have cancer or something? He goes, "Yeah, are you sick?" I'm like, "No, bro. No, I made a decision.
Exactly.
Finally
Hey,
made a
So
decision."
you guys want to know an interesting fact on that? I have to tell you this fact. Sorry, Jeff. I love this fact so much, and I want people to take this and I want us to change society with it. I was in the doctor's office and we were talking about weight release, and he said a lot of people gain their weight back. You know why? Because exactly what happened to you, Todd. Exactly what happened to you is people aren't accepting when people start getting healthy and looking lean and mean. People don't accept it. They don't want you to
Yeah.
change. They don't know where they're supposed to fit into your story. And so they're not mean. They're not trying to do it on purpose and be mean, but they'll come at you and attack you and like, what's wrong with you? And
Or
then,
they skinny shame you. They
yeah, they
skinny shaming you. You're like,
body
"Dude, don't
shaming, body
disappear." I'm like,
Yep.
"I'm
Body
not going to
shaming is body
vanish."
shaming. Yes. And so if we could just change that in society, like, how about just celebrate each other? Like, hey, you look good, dude. Like, how about just that? And then if
Yeah.
somebody wanted to share with you that they've got something wrong, then they will. If they don't, they won't. And let's just leave it. Let's just congratulate people on, hey, how you feeling? You feeling great? Good. Boom. Done.
yeah,
So there you
it's
go.
true.
That's it.
But
That's the fact that the
everybody
doctor was telling me.
everybody at first started asking me that because 60 pounds, 28 in the first month, and a total of 60 and 4, it's pretty aggressive. But I'm
Yeah.
committed
Very.
with what I do. And I felt I was like a ball on fire. I felt so good. I was getting my life back and my energy because when you fuel your body, your energy goes up, your brain, you think great, everything's better. And
Yeah.
so at work, then everybody's, whoa, you flipping getting healthy. I'm flipping muscled up. My abs are, I mean, they were bumps because I have different black belts martial arts. I box, but I went to the gym. And when you get motivated, feeling good, instead of spiraling down, thinking this is the end of my life,
Yeah.
so now everybody's changing. And so what I did, I had a mission. I'm building a business. So I knew at work, I took my shaker cup, I took the bars, I took everything there. I'd walk into work, not going eating the flipping pancakes and the breakfast burritos, and I'd be drinking my shake, and then inside, or I'd take it in, and I was the key. So right before we're getting ready to roll sound, I'm walking out on the set, standing next to actor, looking at things, making sure everything's set. Okay, quiet on the set, everybody's yelling and all that. And I have my shaker cup in my hand. as I'm walking around
Here's a shaker
with
cup.
ice in it, with ice in it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting ready to soul salad. Okay, everything's okay, guys. Hey, quiet on the set. And so
Yeah.
then I walk right back to my table and set it down.
You
Every
had to give
time,
me those 3 appointments.
every time
Yeah,
people would come up and go, "Hey, what is that stuff? Is that
what
what's
is
making
that?
this transformation?" And so I went being bold and direct. Let me back up, and I grabbed them because they're sitting right here. This is strapped to my wallet. I wear a band. It's a silver dollar. It's a millionaire coin. That's what I call it because I lost the original one. I've had this coin for 13 years.
Wow.
And when it's in my pocket, it's big. It rattles around. It reminds me every day I have to make a connection and see how I can serve 3 people. Meaning, if you're a real estate agent, how I can refer people to you. I'd love to have your referrals too. This is what we do. This is what my wife and I do. We transform people's life in a physical, financial way, blah, blah, blah. And to get those appointments, this is commitment for you guys. If you're really, and this is how we coach our team too. If you really want something, you got to go get it. You ass in chair. If you sit and do nothing, it, it gets sore. You have to shift and move and do stuff. So, but you got to put the butt in the chair and get to work. But these 3 coins, I keep them here as a reminder, which I don't put them in my shoe anymore. And sometimes I did it last week. I mean, a couple weeks ago, and I'll tell you why. But every morning I take these 3/4, put my sock on. This is going to the work in the film industry. I put my sock on, I drop these in my shoe, and I put them in my shoe. And this reminded me, they bug you, they slide around because I get focused at work and it's my work time. I have to serve my employee that's paying me. But
Yeah.
this would remind me, hey, and I just, hey, I need your email and phone number, Todd. Do me a favor. You see my transformation. Here it is. Look, stuff works. My wife and I are building a bit. I'd love to send you some information. You take a look at it. I'll follow up with you later. I can't talk right now. Well, I don't know. Here, dude, look, I got 3/4 in my shoe. I have to answer to my wife. Please give me your email and phone number.
Well,
How cool is that though? But you got this trigger
yep.
because like I was talking to a guy earlier. So like my wife calls me the network marketing therapist because I get all these big leaders from all over the world that know that if they come to me and they share with me, it's not getting shared anywhere. That's been the way it is for years. And we were talking and the subject of like he's right now he's doing something. He's in the car business and he's crushing it in the car business. But by the time he gets home, he's so exhausted that he just I want to do it, but then he doesn't. But like you've got like this uncomfortable thing in my shoe, and it's like, oh, okay, I got to make those 3 appointments. So it's like so many little things. Like, okay, made a decision, like drew a line in the sand, got you to the event. You're a numbers guy, so you're like crunching through the numbers. You're like, okay, this is a mathematical equation. If I just do this and we fill this up and then we do this, this is what it's going to pay us. And then you're like, what do I got to do? And I want to get into in a few minutes on like how you guys function as a couple together in business because that's super fascinating to me. But then you're like at these like uncomfortable quarters in your shoe, and it's like, oh, it's a constant reminder, like, oh, I got to get these 3 appointments for tomorrow morning. I mean, how many people? Most people don't do that. I mean, what even made you think about doing it? How did you even like? Oh, I'm going to shove quarters in my shoe.
Because of the business I was in, here's the deal. This is a business with a little tiny investment. And in our business, in our industry, in our company, you get to eat your overhead. There's no investment. And you have a chance to build in a multi-billion-dollar company, multi-billion dollars of money in your pocket if you choose. Or you can pay a vacationer and just create some extra little money to create a vacation for your kid or get a nicer car or whatever. But in the film industry, when I decided as a young worker, I want to be what that dude is. That dude, he owns that truck. What do I got to do that? Oh, start advertising your key grip. That's going to take years, dude. Dude, I dove in, right, standing right next to him, learning everything I could. And then I thought, dude, how am I going to ever be a key grip? So I bought, I got gifted one little piece of equipment. I made cards up. It said key grip, equipment owner. And I went to
One
the
piece of
medical
equipment.
with my friend that's an older gentleman that owned equipment. And I said, hey, I know you're getting ready to retire. Can I use your equipment And so I can say I have equipment. And he said, absolutely, kid. And so, but once I made that investment, because then once I got some jobs coming in, oh crap. And he said, all you do is tell those producers when they tell you something, I'm your best boy and I'm with you, and they'll ask you, can you handle this? All I want you to look at him and say, as long as your pockets are deep enough, sir. And he goes, I'll give you the little wink that we can do it. And so he took me right down to this big equipment company that sold equipment. And this is way back when. I've been in the industry a long time and now I'm out, but back then it was family sort of. And he introduced me to this older gentleman that owned this big, huge equipment company that sold the equipment to the rental guys like us. And he goes, hey, I'm sponsoring this kid. He needs equipment. He needs a 40-foot worth of truck worth of equipment. He goes, perfect, back it up. Go over here, we'll sign the papers. And I said, but I don't have no money, sir. I don't have 500,000 bucks to pay you to fill that truck. And this is where entrepreneurship comes in. And I just asked, I said, hey, listen, you've known this gentleman forever. Every bit of I'm going to work. I'll work my butt off. This equipment will be out every day as much as I can. Every bit of the paychecks are 100% you. It's going to get paid off. And he just looked at me and he goes, I've never had someone just ask me this. He goes, get that truck over here.
Wow.
And so I always back to how did we do this?
How'd you do
And
the corner?
networking is in the film industry, it's you versus you. Your job's only, if you're in commercials, they're only a few days. If it's a feature, it may be 4 to 6 months. And a feature, unless you're working for that director, DP that is constantly working, if they, oh, I'm taking 4 months off, because they're loaded or whatever, I'm going to some far island for some time to debrief, well, us workers, we got to work. So you have to network. So picking up the phone and saying, hey, Todd, listen, dude, any other jobs coming up? You're producing. Come on. I know you got some DPs that need a key. It's that boom. Hey, Todd, I'll give you a deal on the equipment. Hey, I'll work with you on your budget. So there was always that thing that I've always been that person to ask. And for this, when it comes to health, you heard our story. I post, if you guys want to see my before and after picture, go to my Facebook page, Jeff Beebe, and look at it. It's amazing. But I post, exactly what we do because I'm not ashamed. When you make that, when you realize you're within a multi-billion-dollar industry, and I did this study prior to, as I getting in it, I'm thinking, wait, network marketing, selling online, and it's just became a thing. And now it's the new gig economy of the world. Everything's ran through the internet, ordering online. You don't go flipping shopping at all anymore. It comes to your house, Amazon. And I looked at, okay, what's the top performing businesses in the world that pay out the most money? And it was music, motion picture industry, NFL, and there were charts like this. Tunk, tunk, motion picture right here, network marketing, whoosh, all the way. Towered even the motion picture industry.
Yeah, it's big.
NFL.
No, most people don't realize how big it is.
And I was like, unbelievable. So that drive and passion, and when you can really, all it takes is to impact a couple people's lives and be there for them and set them up correctly instead of just enrolling them for money, really caring about that person and setting them up for success and being in their back pocket, whether it's just a physical change. Remember, without products being moved, there's no cycles coming in, no residual income. You got to move product. And product, we are 85% product users. So when you realize, hey, I'm going to support everybody. And then when you grab a builder, say Todd comes, hey, Todd, you interested in doing this as those first, get your products paid for, and then maybe do this little side thing, bring some extra money in, vacation money for you and your wife or something. Or you can run like we did. And It's no different than any business. McDonald's moves a lot of money. I mean, a lot of burgers, product users. And all of a sudden they find Todd that wants to flip and buy a McDonald's franchise. And I'm going to get a percentage of that franchise because I own it. Well, I own our business. We own our business. And when people come in an organization, there's tons of product users and we get paid to unlimited. That's whether we do it or not. And when you all of a sudden enroll a builder, they just duplicated you by far. And now you just tapped into that network and getting paid off all that in just one person's effort. Now I got a person that's enrolled 100,000 people. And it's just like franchising yourself. So there's no difference in my head. I look, there's no difference in this industry than the industry of being an entrepreneur and owning your business and willing to franchise itself. We're franchising ourselves and we're word of mouth advertising. And when you
I
look
think
at
it's
my
more.
page, you know what we do.
I think it's more, you know, sometimes a business can own you, right? Like, okay, let's take a restaurant, for example. Like if you're a restaurant, I've threatened my wife, not threatened my wife, but I've like threatened the idea of, oh, you know, cause I love to cook. I'm like, man, maybe I will open up a restaurant. And then I'm like, before my thoughts even done, I'm like, I ain't going to do that. Cause it's like the restaurant owns you. And even when I first looked at this business model 36 years ago, I was like, wow, okay, I got it. The whole concept of having other people moving products and you get a percentage on that. That's like an easy concept to comprehend, to understand. And for me, I didn't have baggage. I didn't have misconceptions, or I didn't have opinions. I had none of that. So, and not everybody's as lucky as I am to like network for, in my case, like network marketing didn't exist before my introduction. So I didn't have an aunt, a friend, you know, the only pyramids I knew were in Egypt. Like I didn't know anything about it. So I just saw it for what it was. And like you guys come in, like it's clear to me, first of all, both of you have a very successful background prior to network marketing. It's like you're willing to do the work. You're like, I mean, just like what you described with, you know, getting that 40-foot truck. I mean, you know, so you likely didn't deal with the things that a lot of people deal with. I mean, and it's true. Like not everybody that comes into network marketing comes in, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of my own shadow. How are they going to perceive me, judge me? Although we all know that you guys have dealt with that with people on your teams. I want to shift gears real quickly because it's like, it's interesting to me when you have couples in network marketing, because a lot of times you have the husband or the wife that's in the business and then the ones at home on the couch. And one of the reasons, for example, like Carla and I have put together this whole UNI couples thing is because it was rooted out of like seeing marriages in network marketing that don't make it. Like you know, and most of the time it's actually the woman that's outgrowing, because it's like what 70% of the people in network marketing are females. And so they're out there, they're growing, they're developing, they're learning more. And the husband's quite literally at home on the couch. And he's not along for that journey, along for that ride. I think it would be better to get, you know, at least get the other person, even if they're not building the business, to be along for the ride. Like even Carla, for example, she's never built a network marketing business with me, but she's always been my greatest supporter, greatest encourager. And then she's had to deal with me for 19 years, traveling the world and speaking. Like I'm like on an airplane typically, you know, pre that 2-year period of time where we couldn't leave the house. I was on an airplane like 30 weekends a year. And she had to deal with that for years and years. So, but I brought her along for the ride. So she was involved. Now, in this case, for you guys, which is awesome, husband, wife, sweetheart since a young age. I think that's the most beautiful thing. I mean, together at age 17. That's so unusual. And then here you are building a business together. You're not 17 anymore, okay? And having kids, having different businesses. And like, I'm curious, like, what are the roles? Do you guys play the same roles in the business, or is there one that's more of a lead? Like, because you would kind of like, okay, bring me 3 appointments, I'm going to do the appointments. But I mean, that was in the beginning. How do you guys do it? And like, and honestly, I don't want to say get along, but like get along, you know, because
Go ahead, Debbie.
it's not easy. Even if you're in love with each other, working together can be very difficult.
Yeah, that's a lot right there.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so we've kind of grown up together, right? We've grown up together, and we're both very creative. And I did start the business, and there's egos involved for sure, right? We've got egos involved. We're both very strong personalities. Um, I would say in the very beginning and throughout, I would build, and he'd be my greatest cheerleader because I'm gonna retire him, right? And he'd
Yeah.
bring me appointments, but there was a time that it flipped, and all of a sudden I have my own appointments, and now he's got appointments, and I'm like, you're gonna have to learn how to do this. Like I can't. I had too much. I mean, oh, poor me. But like there was too many appointments, and it was like I need help here. So then I end up teaching him, and I said this on stage at GoPro, like we both like to do the same things. And here's a little caveat, everyone. Network marketing works if you love people. You have to love people. You have to love
Yeah.
people. You have to, right? So there's that. We both love people. We both love to talk. We both talk over each other, interrupt each other. Wait, move out of my way. No, move out of my way. I'm talking. Like we love people. So we both love to do the same things. We're both outdoorsy people. We're both creative people. Neither one of us loves to be chained to our desk doing paperwork. So
Mhm.
if you think about, there's all aspects to a business. It's not just talking to people, right? And so there was a time that we were trying to do the same things, and there's a time that we do the same things. But then there's also seasons where we have to honor and appreciate. Like right now, we just earned a trip, right? And Jeff was talking to people, talking to people, talking to people, getting people started, getting people started, getting people started. And I'm working on the events and all the flyers for the events and all the back end and the back office stuff. And there might be a time that it changes again. You know what I mean? But it's just honoring each other's gifts and strengths and running with that, and knowing when each other needs a break from one of the things that they're doing.
Did that happen naturally, or because
No,
I've seen these situations where the husband's like, well, you're, or vice versa. You're not recruiting. I'm doing all the recruiting, and you're just supporting the team. Like, have you dealt with that, or did you guys just naturally navigate that?
you want to laugh really hard right now, Jeff?
Ah,
No, this happens. This is real life. This happens.
yeah.
Like it's relationships. It happens. You're not doing this. Well, I did the dishes. Well, I did the laundry. Well, I folded laundry. Well, I made the bed. Like, no, it happens in business also. Well, I just recruited 3 people. Well, I just did our taxes. Like that this happens. You just have to navigate through it. You have to really do this. I love you more than life itself, and I need to respect who you are, and you need to respect who I am. And let's laugh at this. But there, no, Todd, it's real life. Come on, all this
It's
stuff
it's
happens.
it's
It
it's
happens.
real. And
Yeah.
I mean,
You just have to know you're
I
working
have
together.
always been one, and this is just from my background as action results, action results, action results, paycheck, paycheck, action results, paycheck. You know, and so and she's so good at recruiting also, but she's so good at, she did for 10 years, man, or for years, Manager Mindset Monday on Facebook. And she's so good with the team when it comes to listening and personal development and getting belief into people. So am I in belief, but I'm more direct.
Hmm.
Let's go. And but so is she. But she is so good at, like, when we are running hard, I can be enrolling and creating consultants. And it's the power of two. That's how you build your business. Get your products paid for, get your customers' products paid for. And ones that want to run with us, they run. And if not, they're going to love you because they're not paying for products. And they just casually do it as a customer. And she's so good at, with me, with us, and I do it for her as well when she's doing that role. But like this morning, I've set up, because we just hit a massive goal in a contest in an earned trip again. And so then I'm setting up three-way messages between all the people we enroll and just saying, hey, because I talk my wife up completely as she does me on the Zooms and how we're here to support each other, or on the messages or one-on-ones. And then we do these three-way messages, and she's so good at reaching out, especially to the women, guys, whatever it is, and following up with us, following up with them, and just saying, here, we're to support you, because that's all people want to know. You know, do I have someone cheering me on and supporting me, helping me, guide me, whether it's a physical change in my life I'm trying to make, or a financial change in my life, someone to support me to where they fell down. Well, we can say, hey, Todd, don't, I've done this. It's, you might trip if you're doing it this way. Don't do it this way and just follow this path. This is what everybody's done for success. So it's just, I think Debbie and I make a great team. When she's in massive action enrolling people, I'm there cheering them.
It
And then when
flipped.
I'm at it, and but I've always been, since day one, I tell her, and you have to find, when you're dealing with a husband and wife, I think you find your strengths. Debbie's strength is loving and supporting people and guiding them on their journey, and personal development, and flooding the belief in them because of our background, what we've been through. She's so good at it, and getting them help, and even if they're just become a great friend, from a customer to a friend, and just a casual share, or just a customer, you create these friendships for life. I'm that, I mean, straightforward, I'm willing to listen to your problems, Todd, but I'm not the therapist. I'm here to hit your goals because you reached out to me to hit a goal. So let's get
Yeah.
straight to the point. Let's get straight to the point. These are the packs I coach on. I'm not going to set you up for failure. So these are the ones, if you want to run, these are the ones, and what credit card and where are we shipping it to?
Oh, love it.
Can
I
And
mean, there's clearly you guys work so well together. I mean, you both
and
have
so
your
can I
individual. It's I just
just
love, like,
analogy?
first of all, I love both of you to death, and to see, honestly, to see a couple just forget about the business for a second, just be together and happy together for as long as you have, is just makes my heart sing. I think it's awesome.
Can I
so
just make an analogy for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really important for out in the field. I think it's really important. So like what I was saying about our business relationship, it flips. We like to do the same things. We like to hang out together. We like everything about the business, but there are times it flips. There's times that I might need a break, he might need a break. Like, can you go talk to this person? Like, da 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 da, right? You really have to manage working together. And I think that it's really important to know out there, no, it is not all roses and chocolates. It's not. There's times that you bicker about it. But if you think about this in an analogy, if you have a couple and they've built a home, they have a home, right? And the home has to run. It doesn't just run on, hey, there's your nice house. No, you've got bills to pay, you've got electricity, you've got gas, you've got direct TV, whatever you've got going on. There's things that need to be done. The yards need to be done. The pool needs to be taken care of. Like, there's things that have to happen, and it's not all on one person's shoulder, right?
Yeah.
It's on both people as a partnership if you have that household, right? Well, so is your business. And so you shouldn't, would you fight with each other about your house and taking care of your house? Hopefully not. Well, same thing with your business. You both have things that you can do and honor and respect each other in. And then here's another thing. This is so highly important, and I'm probably talking to some leaders out there and network marketing business owners, CEOs. This is highly important. When you've got a couple working the business, honor both of them. Don't always
Oh yeah.
raise one of them up, because here's what happens. Then the other one that maybe isn't doing the out front face work, like maybe there's only one that's the face of the business. Well, the other one's not just laying on the couch like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
They're in the back office. They're doing stuff for the team. They're, like I said, like maybe working on events or whatever. Honor both people that are doing the business, because you will take one of them out if
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
don't honor both of them. And that is so highly important, because just like Carla wasn't in it with you, but she's supporting you, right? She needs
Oh
to be
yeah.
celebrated too, because she is picking up whatever's going on while you're gone. So it's highly important. You wouldn't walk up to somebody's house and go, hey Debbie, you did a good job, man. Good job on the house. Good job taking care of the house, Debbie. Like, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do
Jeff would
that.
be like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, huh? Like, you want to make sure that you honor when there's a couple doing business, honor the couple because they're both working really hard and they're both taking time away from their relationship to work really hard with their teams and or with corporate. So I think that that's a really important thing that CEOs of network marketing companies and executive team there and teammates and just anybody that's honoring people in their business, other leaders. Like I always want to make sure that I'm honoring couples that are really doing business, not just one over the other.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, Jeff, I want to segue as we wrap this thing up. So you guys have gone on like so many trips. Like you, and these are like, I'm talking about earned trips. One of the things, if you guys are like, if some random person's here is like, okay, I'm not even in network marketing, but I'm watching this thing. Like a lot of times network marketing companies put together these like contests where you can like win a trip to Bali or you can win a trip to wherever. And it's like an earned trip. I mean, every time I've talked to you guys, maybe not every time, but a bunch of times, oh yeah, no, we just earned the trip. We just, you guys are like earning all the trips. And 13 years in, you're still earning the trip. And then like right before we got on here, where we were just having a quick little chat beforehand, you're like, yeah, like our promotion just barely started and we already won the trip. I'm like, but how many people that are in your company haven't even started to earn the trip? So I guess my question is, when it comes to like contests, promotions, which are awesome because it incentivizes, it incentivizes behavior, and you get a big carrot at the end of it, which is awesome. What's your philosophy when it comes to, okay, here comes this contest and whatever this last one is? I know I'm probably messing up the numbers, but I know it barely started and you guys already won it. So how do you guys do that stuff?
Well, one thing when we first got in, and this is I'm patting ourselves on the back because it's sort of cool. But when I see free money, free things, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get it. It's
Yeah.
free. I'm not gonna leave money on the table. I've been on that other end, and I realize there's a lot of people that need an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month would make a save their marriage, and they could be a caregiver for their parent, and they need something or a kid. We've lived in hospitals, we've felt it, and and so when you realize, you know what, there's a lot of potential for a lot of people. Don't judge anybody because here we were successful when we got into this industry. We didn't get in until 52 years old. Never knew about this industry. First company, last company. We're committed to this company. It's amazing. And so we had that mindset. Now going to the trips, we've earned every single trip that they put in front of us since we started this business.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive.
Yeah, every single one. So we've never not earned a trip. And because I just think in my head, wow, I mean, last year, and we were going before COVID hit, but last year we went to Fiji across the world. These are big trips. They're not just, these are $20,000 trips that a family could never do. And so when you realize, listen, what's the worst thing that could happen if I ran for this trip? And I didn't get it. I'd make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. And so, yeah, so we've earned every trip there is. I mean, we've traveled the world to the most beautiful islands, everything around the world and this is because of this industry. This is because of the company we're with. Some companies do it, some companies don't. Some companies do little trinkets. Well, our company goes big, and send us gifts and gifts, but if you want a gift, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Your kid doesn't get a, hey, good job, pat on the back for not cleaning his room. Clean the room, you know? And
Yeah.
so, but you have to, this is a pro tip, guys. Listen, when an incentive trip comes up, it's just like when I invest into something. I say, I got 2 months to make this happen. What do I got to do? I got to reverse engineer it because this is the number I got to come up with. So I got to reverse it back to monthly, to weekly, to daily, because I can't lag here and have all the pressure on me at the end.
Yeah.
And then you're doing stuff just trying to figure it out. I want to do it organically. And so, I mean, we just got back from, and we're being interviewed by the company tomorrow, matter of
Oh,
fact.
cool.
And they did a 3-month contest, right? For Disney World. A lot of people can't take their family. We're staying at the Coronado Hotel. We earned this trip again a long time ago. And so it's first class. We did a party with all the characters and to see the kids in there. And a lot of people are joining our team just go, wait, I want to earn a trip. How do I do that? So you get to see where people are motivated. And what we do here's my paper. It's right here. Look. So this is our little, I print out. I print out the little cheat, right? I print out the
Yep.
little cheat. And it's in a folder. And I reverse engineer it. At the top of the page, I write exactly how many points I need. I write how many points I need, the date of the contest, and then whatever the date of the contest is, the span from January 27th to April 27th, I cut it in half.
Ah, that's super smart.
I cut it in half. And I
Wow.
say, here's my contest date. And then I write exactly what I need on one side to qualify and exactly what I need on the other side. And then I reverse engineer it. And if you don't write down what you're doing for a goal, it's not going to happen, guys. I'm telling you. I've ran businesses. If you don't track your numbers, especially when you're on for something like this, I can tell people like right now, I just told the team this morning, I said, listen, it's real simple. You want to go to Disney World? Flipping, I don't know, 8,000. If you took your family to Disney World and stayed at the Coronado Hotel, 2 passes,
For
2
2 days.
jumper passes, a party with the characters, a private party, how much would that cost you? It's
That was
ten thousand
pricey, man.
dollars.
Yeah.
And so I just this morning we reversed engineered it and told everybody, listen, it's just 10 people with 2 accountability partners. Split up the commission between the 3 of you guys. Each thing, you're done. You're there. 50 points. It's really simple, but you got to have excuse my language, enough balls to ask for the business. It's just like, Todd, what do you do? I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a coach. Perfect. I'll definitely refer people to you. Would you do the same for me? I'd love to earn your business, Todd. This is what I do. I really want every one of my friends to be healthy. Well, not right now. Here, I'm going to still send you some information in case you know somebody. Next thing you know, you're looking at my information. You say, well, you know what? Maybe I do want to do this. And hey, you're not ready, Todd? I understand, but I'm going to tap on you, brother. I'm going to call you next month, because I want every one of my friends part of my team. Whether a product user, building a business, and I know someone that you can touch. And I tell our team, I said, listen, because we do team Zooms every Monday night and get everybody together and just cheer everybody on. Product users, business builders. I tell our product users, jump on our Zoom because you're going to see the people that are doing what we do and how much they care about you as a product user. So we're here supporting everybody. And I just tell the team, listen, if you want something, you got to make a commitment and do it, but you're not doing it alone. We're here. This is an industry that's so beautiful because you're not doing it alone. We're not here to build your business for you, but we're here to support you. And we'll categorize where you're at. And, if I give you a task and say, like this Zoom, hey, show up, and you don't show up, you're going to have second thoughts about how much time you spend with me next time.
Yeah.
So category, but you always support as entrepreneurs in this industry. Don't forget the people that are utilizing your product. Don't forget them. They're just as important as your builder. But when you get a builder, you can maximize you duplicate yourself by far. So really showcase everybody you're talking to. Be bold enough to let them know this is what I do for a living. And I'd really like you to be part of it at some point of your life if you could. And my mission, Debbie and our mission, is to change childhood obesity throughout the world. And this is a really heartfelt thing we have. And so it's something that just say, listen, it's a great thing. And if you don't want to do the business, Todd, I'd love you as a customer. I'd love to show you how to get your products paid for. And also at some point, this is how I get paid, by helping you get paid and not pay for your products. So at some point, all my coaching to you, Todd, I would love to get paid for what I'm worth. And even if you don't do nothing, I'm still here for you, brother. But let's set a goal. You don't want to, you want to keep this quiet right now because you got all this weight to lose, or whatever it is, or you're anorexic and I'm putting muscle on, you want to come out looking good, because no matter what it is, it's nutrition. I can take someone anorexic, I can take someone 500 pounds. We have over a 500-pound club release on our team. I got people that are full on anorexic that come in to put muscle on. And then the leaders now, we're just getting a lot of people understanding the business of what we do. And they see, I don't have time in my life. What are they doing? I want to, wife, go call the Beebes. Husband, go call Jeff. What the hell's he doing? Why aren't I on the flipping? We were just in Riviera Maya with 300 of our teammates, not all ours, or everybody in the organization, Visogenics that earned it, and a bunch of our teammates. And this is how, and this is why they're interviewing us. We have a beautiful room, a balcony. We even have a tub on our balcony, and we're every morning. I'm out on the balcony, Debbie and we're like this.
Yeah. Getting after it.
Corporate is down at the pool. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, we're seeing screenshots come up in our group from corporate up in the group. And then we're laying on the beach talking to the people laying next to us. And they're taking screenshots of this, not us knowing. And then
That's funny.
we hit this other contest in right at half the time. And so that's why it's just organic. When you believe in something and you're willing to put yourself out there and be yourself. I tell you what, everybody needs every different type of person. It's not just Debbie and I. There might be that calm person that cannot even, scared to open his mouth. He's going to impact so many people's lives because there's a lot of people out there that they can relate to him. They can't relate to Debbie and I.
Yeah.
And we have people on our team that are just crushing it. And they're scared. They're scared of their own shadow. But they dipped out of here and dipped into their heart. And they realized once we teach people how to get out of here and get into here and realize this is a serving business, not a get them business.
Yeah.
You have two different options. Try my product. You'll love it. Be a product user. Or, hey, you might want to do something fun, make some extra money or make a lot of money. And if you, as a pro tip, you guys getting into this industry, Todd is a master at this. So really look at him coaching wise for you. Because I follow people like this, but really look at when you're making the money, you start making the money, set aside half of it goes in your pocket, having fun. Half of it, the other quarter goes back into building your business like any business. And a quarter of it goes toward your taxes, or better yet, building your business. I say live on a quarter of that money, having fun with, take the other quarter, take your passive income, invest it into take your residual income, and don't forget to pay yourself. You have to pay yourself. Your company's giving you money. Don't just squander it off to hotels and, oh, look at me, I'm flipping rich. No, you're
Yeah.
not rich. And
Happens all the time.
take that residual income, a quarter of it, and invest it so it turns into your passive income. And when your passive income starts making you money now, then you can live life. You can say, listen, I not only have my team working for me and other vendors, other franchise people that's in our organization working along with me, but now I got my money working for me, and and pay off your debts. It's such a beautiful thing to be debt free, but it takes little chunks. It takes commitment. Don't think, oh, I'm going to pay off everything overnight. Oh, no. Little chunks turned into massive results, and it's a beautiful industry, guys. Uh, I would I always say I'd love each and every one of you on my team. It's just in our team. It's just
I
what
love
it is.
you're like, you are not afraid to ask. You tried to
No,
recruit me 12 years ago at the LA event. I mean, like that in and of itself, first of all, so many chunks of great information. Like I cannot wait to get this out as a replay and like get it out to an even larger audience, because just so many lessons. You guys are just an amazing couple working together, committed, made the decision, went to work, the way you reverse engineer a contest and then cut it in half. I've never heard anybody do that before, but that's, to me, is brilliant, because a lot of times, oh, our contest is coming up. It starts on January 1 and it goes till February 28th. They start on February 1st and then they quit on February 15th. And then you wonder why they don't win it. It's like, dude, start the day the contest starts. And if you didn't hit it halfway there, then you're running until February 28th at 11:59 p.m. when the contest is over. It's insane.
Yeah. And I want to hit on one thing too. Listen, don't be scared to talk to anybody about money, because the people that are hurting, people on Social Security on our program, people on Social Security, I want them drinking these shakes. I want them because it saves them money. I know I'm getting them healthy. So don't judge anybody's money. Debbie used to say, shame on you, because someone said, well, I don't know. I'm talking to this person. I don't know if they can afford it. Debbie says, shame on you. You don't know what person will do for their health. We've been
You're not in
there.
control of somebody else's bank account.
Yeah. And don't be just scared to someone that has multi-millions of dollars. When I see somebody has a lot of money, I said, listen, let's get you started on a product, and you understand business, Todd. I know you do. You flip a multi-millionaire, billionaire. Listen, our company's based after residual income, and we get paid to unlimited depth. So I'd love you to be part of this and do this as a side thing with me. And if you know anybody, entrepreneur mindsets that want to dig into this, Debbie and I've made multi-millions of dollars in this company already. And I tell them our story, what we did while we were still working. That's what gets them. Wow, you did it as a side thing? And I said, yeah, but we worked it. We just did, and it's called not net play marketing. It's network marketing. And once you get it, guys, but believe in yourself enough to do the do, and surround yourself with a guy like Todd, ourselves, Debbie and I, and leaders that are moving. Get next to the people that are moving. Don't, in any industry you're in, whether it's network marketing or anything, get next to the people and touch the people that are successful. You cannot find any successful person, real successful person, that's not willing to share their knowledge with you. And how many successful people do you see extremely out of shape? You don't.
Well, you see some, but man,
not too many.
Not too many. You're right. You're right. Well, you two, first of all, I love both of you to death. I am so glad we got to spend all this time together. I haven't even had a chance, because my screen's over here, to see any comments. I'm sure we got a bunch of comments, and we're going to get this broadcast out to, a much larger audience as well. And look, for you guys to spend well over an hour, and like, I feel like I'm taking double the time, because it's like both of you guys are productive in the business. Like, I'm going this way, and then to get both of you simultaneously to just share your stories and some of the things you've done is just very honorable. So
it's because of you.
Well,
it's because,
I asked.
You share
you years ago in the beginning of our build. In fact, I took stage and spoke for the very first time on the same venue, on the same stage that you were brought in to speak on. And I was blown away, blown away with you. And so it's because of you, like your support, just everything about you has always been so integral and just so spot on, and listening to you, to your coaching, everything is so great. So it's because of you. That's why we're here. Like, you asked and we're like, yes.
It's yes. And when you have a leader
and what you've done. So we thank you. We honor you.
When you have a leader that's really showing up for you as a coach, as a mentor, as someone maybe you hired and then not hired, and they're still giving you feedback and information and all that, that's a caring person. And that's what Todd's been for us. So when you asked, when you even call us, you sent us gifts out of the blue, your hats in the past and different things. Out of the blue, I'm like, who's this from? Wow, that was nice. That's the friendships you get to build in this industry, and lock arms with people that really know their stuff, and like Todd, And really, guys, whatever business you're in this industry, be focused and just support this industry, because Debbie and I honor this industry. We've gotten to speak on the biggest stages in the world with Eric Worre, Tony Robbins, Pitbull, and just share our story like this. Todd Falcone, honestly, Todd Falcone. And these are the people, Todd Falcone, Tony Robbins, Pitbull, these are the type of people. And when you get to share your story and realize, honor this industry, honor it. Don't put down other companies. That's kiss of death. You're gonna don't crush this industry, raise this industry and support everybody, because there's people with other companies that are gonna say, hey, I don't use this, but I need to get healthy. I don't use this, but I might need that product that they have. And so really uplift each other in this industry. And that's it. So thank you, Todd, for being you.
Well, you too. Thank you again for spending so much time with me and my audience. And hopefully you and the four of us can get together. I know Carla was this morning. She's like, "Oh, tell him I said hello." And then I popped over early on in the stream, and I think I saw a comment from her. I didn't have my glasses on, but I'm pretty confident it was Carla. So she's like, "Don't forget to say hi." So she loves you guys as well. So hopefully we'll hang out soon.
This is gonna be in all these streams too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really? Yeah. So yeah, tag us and we'll be glad to comment and just support you. And we want to support everybody in this industry.
Thank you so much for
thank you,
having
guys.
us.
My pleasure. You guys have a great day.
All right.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.